Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you all the books that I plan on reading in the month of August. So August is going to be a little bit of a crazy month for me. Well, obviously the Olympics are going on and we're a very big Olympics family, so we've been busy watching that. So it's been taking a little bit of time away from reading. And then my cousin's getting married at the end of August, so we'll be back up in Canada. Fingers crossed everything works out okay. And then I start school on the 23rd. So I feel like this month, the summer has just flown by and I just can't believe we're already kind of back into the swing of school. So I have 5 books here. I think some of them are going to be pretty easy reads in order to get through. So I didn't want to pick anything too challenging. So I have ones that I'm really excited about to talk to you about. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So starting out, I first have the Brown Sisters trilogy by Talia Hibbert, and I'm really excited about this. I'm not really big into romance type things, but I wanted to try these. Everyone seems to really love them, and even people who don't really read a lot of romance seem to really like these, so I'm really excited for this. I'm going to be doing kind of a vlog style where I go through and read all these books and give you kind of my experience of when I was reading them in live time. So I think that'll be a lot of fun, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But it each follows one of the sisters in the Brown family and their experience falling in love. So the first one is Get a Life, Chloe Brown. The second one is Take a Hint, Dani Brown, and the third one is Act Your Age, Eve Brown. And I'm really excited for these. Like I said, I've heard really a lot of good things, and I feel like this is very much me kind of stepping outside my comfort zone for these. So fingers crossed it all turns out okay. So this is a book that me and my friend are reading for our book club that we've been doing virtually for, I want to say since 2018. So for a long time we've just been reading fantasy books together, and so I suggested this series because she wanted to watch the Netflix series that's based off it. I was like, let's read the original trilogy and the duology. I only read the first book in the duology, so that will be good because I know it incorporates some of those characters. So we'll be reading the first book in the Grisha Trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. I read this back in 2016, so I don't remember it as much. I remember really liking the second book because it had Nikolai in it, so I really liked that, but I'm sure you guys already know about this. I still haven't watched the Netflix series because I was like, you know what, I want to reread the trilogy and read the duology too, so I kind of know these characters, but I never finished the Six of Crows duology. So I was like, this works out because my friend was also interested in reading these as well. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of go back into this. I don't think these kind of hold up very well in terms of how YA has changed. I know her writing has definitely gotten better and everyone really likes the Six of Crows duology a little bit more, so we'll see. But I'm excited to go back into this. I remember reading this. I went back home to visit my grandparents that summer, and I remember reading the second one when I was there, so this book has a lot of good memories for me. So this last book is one that has been on my TBR the longest, and I tried to listen to the audiobook when I was driving back to Canada last month, but I just never got around to doing it because I was just listening to the Office Ladies podcast and I was loving it. So I just never got around to it, and I was like, you know what, you need to have this one done. I can't wait to circle it in on my TBR list that I completed it. And it is Deadwake by Erik Larson. And this is the only book of his that I own that I haven't read, and so I'm really excited for this one. I always love this author, is really good. The first book of his that I read was Devil in the White City, which I read for school back in grade 11, and basically he writes nonfiction, but he does it in a way that you don't feel like you are reading a textbook or reading anything very boring and dry. He keeps it very entertaining. He incorporates a lot of newspaper writings or journal entries of the people involved in the books to kind of get a really good kind of first person experience of these events. And this one in particular is about the last crossing of the Lusitania, I think that's how you say it, but it was this passenger boat that was torpedoed by the Germans during World War I, and it talks about this experience. I think he also kind of goes more in depth on like stories that maybe a lot of people wouldn't know. Carrying a record number of children and infants, the passengers were surprisingly at ease, even though Germany had declared the seas around Britain to be a war zone. For months, German U-boats had brought terror to the North Atlantic. The Lusitania was one of the era's greatest transatlantic greyhounds, the fastest liner then in service, and her captain, William Thomas Turner, placed tremendous faith in the gentlemanly strictures of warfare for a century, had kept civilian ships safe from attack. Germany, however, was determined to change the rules of the game, and the captain was happy to oblige. Meanwhile, an ultra-secret British intelligence unit tracked the German captain's U-boat but told no one. As U-20, which is the boat, and the Lusitania made their way towards Liverpool, an array of forces, both grand and achingly small, Hibbert's A Chance of Fog, A Closely Guarded Secret, and more, all converged to produce one of the greatest disasters of history. I think this one will be very interesting, very kind of horroring, just knowing the fate that happens to the people on the boat. But I think it'll be really does a good job at like showcasing the different history, and it's actually not as long as you think. Like basically it's only like 350 pages. Like this last part is all like sources and references, so it's not as like dense of a book as you think, and I feel like I said, it reads as if you're reading like a nonfiction. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what books you'll be reading this month and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.